generally many people they don't have the patience to understand the problem itself. Okay, so they want to bluff around and they answer something else. It simply shows that you have not understood the problem properly. So according to me, that's the first thing you should understand what the interviewer is asking you. I think if someone understands the problem, somewhere I read that answer is not different from the problem, it is hidden in the problem. So if someone understands the problem, the answer will fall on its own. It will not take much time. But again, since that is what the interviewer will look for an output, so problem solving. Once you understand the problem based on your skill set, how you are solving the problem to come to a solution. That is important. The third thing is learning ability. Okay. I remember long back I gave an interview in micrographics, and that is basically a core semiconductor form. So that time I didn't know anything about Java. Okay, and the person who took my interview, he didn't accept my MCR degree. He valued my BSc physics more than my master's. So he asked me questions on physics, different mathematical series which I didn't know that, didn't remember them. He knew that. He gave me those formulas and he said, this is a series, you have to write a program for it. And I didn't know Java. But he gave me time, he liked my approach. So after 2 weeks, they said that you can learn Java. So that is what he concluded after discussing with me. I don't know Java, but I can learn Java. So that is one of the aspects general people who are keen on picking up the right candidate, the learning ability. You may not be knowing something, but do you have the fundamentals and do you have the learning ability, the attitude to pick up a new thing? So that is the third thing generally.
I'll just pause you for a moment. How do they really know that your learning ability? I mean, within a short time, can they really cross-check that you have that learning ability?
Yes.
Maybe they can cross-check that you have that inquisitiveness to learn, your anxiety to learn. That they can ascertain. But your learning ability, can they judge it in every
Yes,
short?
yes.
How do they do that? Do you
Like,
have
see, as generally we ask a simple question like string reverse. Okay. So generally, most of the, unfortunately, most of the guys, they will give all useless excuses that I had done it long back during my academics, I don't remember it now, this, that and all. But some people, they try to solve it. They may not come to a solution, but they have that interest to solve it. So those are the few things.
Sir, there is one other thing these days what is happening I have seen is particularly for senior level, right? What they are doing is they'll give you a problem, they'll ask you to come back after 2 weeks with a presentation. And you might go and find it out from wherever you want to do, but the problem will be such that you will not easily find it. So you have to go, work on it and get to a conclusion. And a lot of the, particularly the senior level architects and all people when they go for interview, they ask you certain things. If they like you, what they tell you is go solve this and come back to me with a proposal, and we'll evaluate that proposal. Yes. CPU power. That's more. I have done that very recently with one candidate in my I was going to hire architect. What I said, he said he was from a banking domain and my main was from network engineering. So he told me I don't know. I said, it's not a problem. Go solve this and come back to me after this. That's all.
Nice to have you here.
Okay, thank you for coming over and nice to meet you.
Give us clap.
Yeah, so the fourth one is basically it's more a non-technical or soft skill aspect, you can say. So generally, if the interviewer is genuine, he will not tolerate people who bluff around. Okay. So if you don't know something, say upfront, I don't know. And the better way of saying no is that give me some opportunity. I'll try to prove myself. Instead of bluntly saying no, I don't know. There is a better way of saying it. Say that give me some time and I'll try to learn those kind of things. But generally avoid blocking other. And the fifth one is communication, because I don't think it is communication is required in every aspect of life. So when I say communication, the first thing is that someone should be comfortable with your presence. The words come next, first your presence is important. So I should not feel irritated when sitting in front of the person. So that is up to you how you present yourself. And the next aspect is that when when you are in a discussion, first of all you should be at ease with yourself. You should not be afraid and inferiority complex, all these things. You just know that. I always say that success is like intersection of two circles, a Venn diagram. It's never, if you succeed, it doesn't mean that you are intelligent. If you fail, it doesn't mean that you are a failure. Simply, the interviewer is asking some questions. You know something. There is an intersection. You get through. It's that simple. There's nothing pass or fail.
The success rate depends upon how big or small is the intersection.
Yeah.
Percentage of.
That's it. Any questions on this slide?
Past 6 months I am trying to speak with my friends and my faculties, teachers, speaking proper in English. But still now I am not able to speak in very proper in English.
I'll tell you, you are lucky because the situation is different. Earlier, the number of people speaking good English was were less, and now the equation is different. So people like to have someone who doesn't speak English very well. It's fun to have such people. Okay, so I never consider proper. Actually, your actual effort should be talking to others, not talking in English. First, you develop that skill. How to talk to your friends or teachers properly without any inhibitions. That should be the first step. Okay, you try it from there. I think even if you talk in Oriya also, you are not comfortable talking with others. Doesn't matter whether it's English or.
So, two things, right? And one, people confuse communication and English. They are not the same thing. A well communicator, very good communicator can communicate in any language. It's important to be articulate first. Then once you know how to articulate things, then you can always translate. So, first thing is to how to articulate things. If you can articulate something, just try to articulate it in any language. It's not a problem. And then English will happen. Unfortunately, English is the business language of the world. So you all have to speak in English. But we have to communicate our thoughts. And for that you have to articulate, not just speak. A lot of people speak a lot of things, they don't articulate anything. So be careful about articulating it, not just speaking. English will come. It will come. 15, 18 years back, I came, Master will know this, we used to have this Viva and we had to present things. Right? I went to the board and I couldn't even speak a single word because I didn't know how to speak English. It does not stop me so far. It's okay.
Sir, I want to speak in properly English. So what I have to do?
You just first find out, organize your thoughts. It is the problem I think a lot of people have while speaking is, they're either thinking faster and speaking later, or they're speaking first and then thinking later. I think that is the basic problem. First organize your thoughts.
Speaking is good, just need to practice more.
Yeah, you're speaking all right. Why are you thinking that you're not speaking well? You are speaking much better than what I used to speak when I was studying here. Oh yes.
That should be the confidence.
Ask Manas sir. I didn't even know how to speak English. So don't. This is the thing that he was talking about, inferiority complex. Don't have it. You are speaking much better than any of us used to speak. So it's not a
3
problem.
months ago I attended one interview. Whenever HR sir tell you about yourself, when I am starting from my qualification and my hobbies, whenever I am speaking my hobbies, I am supplying internet to improve my knowledge to connect with the internet. That's what is that line is not correct. That HR directly said me. So you have to improve your communication at first. If you want to join within that, what?
Communication, not English. If you can articulate your thought, the English will come. The problem is you are not organized in your thoughts. So you are trying to find words around it. You know, a lot of people do that. You know, very good English speakers don't know shit. Okay, so do your work. Organize your thought, and then you go from there. The English will come. Okay. So
We are not in BPO sector, right?
Yeah.
Software industry. Once, it's a very nice incident happened with me. I went with a friend to a BPO, his friend is BPO, and she just returned from UK. And while talking to her, she's from North India, very smart and all. But she put across a very blunt statement to me that you IT professionals are dumb ass. I said you are right. So when I acknowledged it, and after a week, my friend asked me, what did you tell her? She is asking that the person is little different. I said I admitted whatever her conclusion was. If you fight with them, because they have that accent and all, if a professor speaks English, that has a dignity, and IS officer speaks English, that has a dignity. But what the other people, the BPO sectors and the talk, that is not actually English at all. That is something else. If you remove those particular set of keywords, they cannot structure a sentence. So, yeah, the final thing is very important. How do you structure your project experience? Okay, that is important. And when you describe a project, the first thing it should address is that what is the purpose of that project? Why that project was in the first place? And the second thing is that who are the end users of that project? If you have developed something, who are going to use that project? That is important. And third thing you should list down is what are the technologies used to develop that project. And the fourth thing is which the interviewer will be interested. What was your part in developing that project? You should define that. And deliverables means whatever the task or the work that you have delivered in that project, that you should outline. So, any questions on this slide? Because you guys, maybe earlier guys might be preparing their profile. So this is very important to structure their project.
Next.
Any questions? I have that answer for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to spend last 45 minutes or so talking to you. This is an opportunity for all of you to ask us questions. I'm going to take questions from you, and I'm going to point you to one of the guys to answer. I'm not going to answer. Okay? I'm just going to be the moderator. Okay? But if you don't ask questions, I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to ask you questions. So it's more easy. Okay? So, who has a question? Anybody has a question? If you don't have a question, I have lots of them. Now I do this for a living. Okay? I talk. That's my job. So, anybody has any questions?
Here, fast.
Yes.
Give the another port, no?
Mic.
That one is not working. No, this one not working.
I tell you.
Is it
On.
Sir, what should be my prerequisite or preparation if you are giving me a chance to hire?
Okay, Sivo, you want to take it?
I just add to your question answer. Now, when somebody is responding, please introduce yourself, because I think there's the thing that you can do best, and you can very quickly share your journey from our university and to up to where you are now, and then you can respond to your question. Because they like to know who are the alumni, where they are. That's very important for
Thank you all for coming to this Sangam, because what I feel is if you are not here, we are not there. Because once we are sitting there in these
guys were, these guys were our inspirations. I took a lot of pride being associated with them. Because the time when we passed out, it was a real world. Like that time we didn't have any phone or we didn't have any network to get connected. We just connected as an individual. So we'd like to continue with you all people. Myself, Sivasankar Shwar, I am passed out in 2003, and from that day I met LG for around 11 years. And my basic job profile is I do participate in LG mobile development. So basically, be it in GSM 3G or maybe LTE network, if you have any queries, or if you have anything, if you want to develop anything on the mobile, you can just drop me an email. Probably I'll try to save it to an application and try to give you that. I didn't prepare any presentation, but I'd like to answer that question what he has asked, like what I should be ready. See, the thing happens with us people is when we go out, then we start preparing that, okay, I don't know this thing, I don't know this, I need to prepare aptitude, I need to prepare the skill sets for system analysis. But we generally follow a crowd, like the question our honorable chief guest asked, like what phone you would like to buy, if it's an Android, if it's an iPhone, or be it an Lava phone. But all those companies are sustaining, right, and they need people. So you need to be different than others. Be prepared better than others. You have these 2-3 years of time where you can spend at least half an hour to prepare any skills that Sushil Bhai has said, because we have faced that problem and it took us around 6 months for me to get a job. But it took around 2 years for some of my friends to get a job. But you are fortunate enough to get our knowledge, which will help you to grow as a person, and that will give you a job. It's not about getting a job. Getting a job is very easy. Once you get the job, how fast you can grow is important. Like you can see Narendra Bhai, when we joined, he was our inspiration because we want to be like them. But after 11 years, I am still not the position where he was in 11 years back. He'll be. So I don't know if it answered your question. Who asked the question?
Yeah, there.
So two key points, right? The skill sets I asked, do you know 2 of them at least, right? So learn the skills, you'll be fine. Getting a job is easy, keeping it is difficult. You get fired in the first appraisal cycle if you are not good enough, right? So just focus, learn, solve problems, right? Problem solving skills that you are talking about. What problems you can solve? As long as you are doing that, you'll get a job. Job is not a problem. Any other question? Anybody? Okay, let me ask some questions now, because you guys are not asking.
She is having one question.
You have a question? Good. Good.
Hello.
Sir, if some of us will not able to learn in those courses, it has some time spent after our MCA, 1 year, something like that. Generally, it was a talk that software industries only take the freshers. If 1 year is later than it, then what is the difference? Why they always prepare freshers? Yeah, they will take also like that.
Confusion about your question. Okay, so you want to ask like you are a freshers, so the company wants the freshers, or
No. The question is, if there is a gap, why a gap is a problem?
She's asking after 1 year. She won't, she didn't get
so if you not get job after 1 year, so now yesterday only we had a discussion in the hostel, we will make a now you are spending lot of time in the social media in a wrong manner. Like you look all the what are the latest upcoming videos like of songs or something like that. But there are a lot of good opportunities out there. Like good opportunities. I'll give one example. Recently I joined one company, like Cisco. There I don't know about the router and switch. Okay. the social media, like if you type what is meaning of router, so immediately you get a lot of information. You get a lot of videos that. So immediately you can prepare for that. So like that, you will start learning. Because so you use yourself for the self-learning purpose. A lot of videos are available. That is the one point I made. From our side, so we get a discussion that we as a group like-minded people will gather, and we will as a alumni member, we will start one forum to help you in the sense like the Pradeep and Sibuswar, they know about what are the technical skills. Better I will speak directly, okay. So we plan like a group. At first we want to, first we will take all your courses, right? Where you want to focus. Okay, the focus in the sense like, so at first we should know your requirement at first, where you want to focus. So accordingly, whether you want to go through the networking or you want to go through the Java. So like that, we have a skill set, technical people in our alumni member, all are the technical people, they can guide you in a particular manner, like you go through the Java. So to the remotely we can also help you. Like there are a lot of IT like social media like with the Skype also we can give a training to you. Right.
And then for it to didn't get into job this year, next year it became 1 year from that. Now, why don't companies treat you as a kind of gesture?
Okay, I'll take that question, right? And thanks for calling out our initiatives for them. Quickly, right? First of all, it's wrong that there is a gap. Okay, there is no gap. You're learning. You know, the problem is you go out to the market and you say, oh, there is a gap. No, there is no gap. You're just learning. What's wrong with that? That is the difference between articulating and communicating. You just have to be clear that you are learning and you are just becoming a better professional in the process of learning. Not companies generally don't. I mean, if you're good, you're good. You know, company don't differentiate. There are a lot of women who go out of the job when they get married and have kids. For a year or so, they go out and come back. There's a big gap of 1 year. Not a problem, right? So 1 year out of college, not a problem. It's never a problem. If you're good, you're good. Okay, good.
Another doubt is that if it is better to directly join after MCA for IT sector or we will do MTech, it is good. Which will give better future for us.
Well, this is an interesting one. I have not done MTech, okay? I have done just MCA and it has been good enough for me so far. I think it's a personal interest. A lot of people do MTech after BE because that's a master's course. After MCA doing an MTech, I'm not so sure what's the value out of it because I have not seen it myself. That doesn't mean that you should not do it. If you are interested in studying more, you should. Because student days are not coming back. Once you are in the job, you are gone. What is that? Project delivery and all that kind of stuff that Susil was talking about, day in, day out, work, no escape. My wife is sitting there and she'll tell you, it's madness, right? So if you want to study, you study. Okay? Finish all your studies before you get into the job, because once you get into the job, you get used to the money. Not possible to come back and study, very difficult. Okay? So do what your heart tells you to do. If you want to study, study, don't stop. But once you get into the job, do it with full sincerity. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Give me mic.
Sir, in the foreign market, there are a lot of courses online. Different people take their different opinion about different courses. So we are a little bit confused. So how we complete that?
Okay, like if you ask Susil, he'll say Linux, right? Go do Linux course, that's what he'll say. He'll say Android course, right? And everybody will tell you the line there. And Vikram, what are you doing there? What course do you suggest? If they want to do some course. SAP?
as of now, recommend SAT because if you have to go for that, you have to go for a training outside and directly cannot go into a freshers job. So you have to have it. But I would suggest open source which are like PHP, MySQL as the suggesting. So that would really add value for that. PHP, MySQL, and this is XAMPP where you can, it will have Apache server, all those things. Those kind of stuff you should go. So you can build your own tools and you can showcase also.
Few things, right? This is a very, very interesting question, this particular one. There are enough number of courses and I can guarantee you cannot do everything. Okay? It's a guarantee.
At least in this life.
In this life, it will take 3-4 lives and probably that will be sorted. You cannot do all the courses. Few things, do one, do it well. Who is the second person to land in one? Who is the second person to land in? Don't worry about it. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Okay? Be the best in whatever you do. Okay? If you are doing Android, be the best. He gets a lot of awards from LG. What he does. Always be the best in what you do. Learn one thing, but learn it better, so that nobody else can compete you in that. Because there are 100 of things you can never learn.
I would like to add one thing into that, like it should be of your own interest. Like when you are studying that, you should not feel that you are studying for your own good thing. Like you should think that I should be master in that. So learn anything, because there are not a single industry which says that if you know this, then only you will get job. If you know any single thing very well, then you can beat others. If you want to learn everything, then you need to beat everybody. So in a single word, be the expert in that, spend your time in learning that, and do your best. Then you will definitely get that. Thank you.
I will make one announcement. Yesterday I came to visit and I just came to meet and see this preparation, how this room is prepared for this today's meeting. And Pradeep Sethi suggested me that we want to give some course to this curriculum. I mean, the course what we are having at present, some new things should be there from university. And those who are in university and want to suggest some course to this department, just you make a course like 50 marks or 100 marks, material, then suggest it. We will see that whether it is suitable or not. You just tell the merit and demerit of that course, application, sustainability, how long it will continue like that. Because industry each and every year get updated, but in education every 3 years you can change the course. After 3 years only that course can be changed. So we will examine that if your course is suitable for academy, then we will try to introduce in this process of study. So, no, that policy, university policy is something different, academic policy, that is, but industry policy, your policy or your course, you suggest to us that this course will have sustainability in education. See, your course, how long it will sustain, and our is, we can change after 3 years only, not before that. As per UGC guideline, a course should continue in a department for at least 3 years, whatever may be the paper. So you suggest one paper which is very recent, which will sustain for a long time, so that we will examine that whether this course should be incorporated or not. And we will ask you to deliver talk for 1 semester, because we also not aware of that course. So that yesterday that Pradeep Sethi, he told me that I have written a book, I have three chapters. So I told just you send it and we will examine whether it, and you write to grow and against of that course. And the sustainability, that is very important. Sustainability. Most of the outgoing students, they don't know number theory till now. But I am telling you, after 10 years, you will see computer science, number theory is just a big subject. And it was nothing before 10 years. we are teaching before 10 years, number theory was nothing. After the e-commerce, what you are telling, e-commerce, smart card, this, that, in that, it is coming in a very big way. And the business is very big business, in the sense, you just put a number in your computer for 3 digit or 4 digit, at the end of the year, you collect that much money. So, that is why, just see, ATM card, 16 digit, 19 digit, number, this, that. So all this number theory is coming in a very big way, especially in e-commerce, e-business, or e-business. So you suggest a new course which we will try to improve. And for that you make a forum, not like this Sangam forum, another forum you make in Bangalore, and you write it to Manasa or myself, we will definitely consider and see. Thank you.
Okay, I have a question now. How many of you would like to do government jobs? Government jobs, guys, it's very good. You know, I don't know why you guys are not raising your hand.
Hey, please
I would do it if I get it.
just want to see your best.
I would do it if I get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, we have somebody who is in a government job. But we have many bodies. Let's start with
Bona Vishwanath Bhutta, mo 2003 pass out. Toma best pass out. अच्छा, तो वो 8 वर्ष ला अच्छी NIC है, I'm working in NIC. अपन जाने थी उसको NIC होती National Informatics Center. ये होती Government of India रो Department of Electronics and Information Technology. तो मोची scientific officer and post holding होची DIO District Informatics Officer. मो नवरंगपुर posted. Navarampur posted in the sense of kind quality because Navarampur is my hometown. I am lucky যে মো Navarampur job করছি। हाँ, comment video। मो हम बैच में first video में जो comment sector join करें, अपने को follow वाला स्मृति। हाँ, बस तबे शुरू करছি and it is a good sign। जे नहीं गवर्नमेंट जॉब इज सो लिमिटेड वो काई भी सिंपल दो चार सेंटेंस में वेरी शॉर्टली गवर्नमेंट जॉब होची नहीं सके हां गवर्नमेंट जॉब होची ଗୋଟେ इंडिपेंडेंट जॉब केमिति मो आर्टिकल में से मेंशन करछि जिसरी स्ट्रेट हे गला आर्टिकल रे बेसिकली किंतु जिसरा ट्रू जे गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर एंट्री करना बहुत कष्ट यू हैव टू अपीयर ए वेरी टफ एंट्रेंस वो भी एंट्रेंस देइली मु लोके 96,000 के दाम देइछु 2006 रे सेटा मैं क्वालीफाई करू 220 सेटा ओडिसा रा पाइलो 4 जण रो मो जणे हम पोजीशन को सेव करिया भाई हम पोजीशन को हम स्ट्रांग करिया हम स्ट्रगल करिया पड़े बेसिकली आई लर्न दिस इन आईआईटी मुझे तो मोर एमसीए सेमेस्टर 5th सेमेस्टर पर प्रोजेक्ट कली तो सेठी मोर प्रोफेसर थे जे मो गाइड से मते कहितले जदी तुम सस्टेन करबो ये स्ट्रगल हार्ड तो तापर मु टिके एंटर प्रिपरेशन पई चिंता करली गेट एंट्रेंस में तो सेटा को हेल्प कला जे मु एनआईसी रे मु जॉब करली अब आई हैव बीन इंटरव्यूड फॉर 45 मिनिट्स बाय 7 साइंटिस्ट्स तो सेमाने जा क्वेश्चन पचारले सा कवर करछि एंटायर कंप्यूटर साइंस डेटाबेस पचारले नेटवर्किंग पचारले प्रोग्रामिंग पचारले एवरीथिंग इवन मैथमेटिक्स पचारले सब पचारले तो जेतोले मु आसीली मोर काई नहीं पचारले मो प्रिपरेशन कर दिया होछ मो काई पचारले मु जेतोले जॉब आसी गाइड करली यू विल बी गिवन ए टास्क तो पे आप कौन प्रकार रिसोर्सेज नहीं कौन प्रकार हेल्प नहीं कौन ट्रेनिंग नहीं नो सपोर्ट्स तो एकला ताकू डिलीवर करया पड़े जिनका पैटर्न अछि प्राइवेट सेक्टर से बेसिकली पर पैटर्न अछि जे ए कोने दिबा पड़े कि तारे डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स की सब दिनो आमे रहिलो सपोज मु जेतले जॉइन करलो मते मासे भीतर मते डॉट नेट प्रोग्राम करी मते होस्ट करला एंड प्रोग्राम जानि तो एप्लीकेशन चली से पर्यंत से बहुत सारे यूज करनी तो सेटा को हमें बहुत कम दिन नाम ताकू एडॉप्ट करू एटा ला मोर पार्ट बेसिकली मोर आउट शॉर्ट कर दिली स्कोप को अछि गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में तबे देखन दो हम तीन जण अछु गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर रे तो ଜଣେ ଅଛି ନାବାର୍ଡ ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚ PSU ଅଛି ସେ ବ୍ୟାଙ୍କିଂ ସେକ୍ଟର ବେସିକାଲି ଆଉ ମୁଁ ଅଛି ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଏଫଡି ଆଉ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଆମ ଏକାଡେମିକ୍ସ ତ ଇନକ୍ଲୁଡିଂ ଏ ତିନିଟା ଆଉ ବହୁତ ଗୁଡେ ସେକ୍ଟର୍ସ ଅଛି ସପୋଜ କୋର ବ୍ୟାଙ୍କିଂ ଯୋଉଟା ଆମର SBI ବାହାରୁଛି ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ବ୍ୟାଙ୍କିଂ ନ୍ୟାସନାଲ ଏକାଡେମୀରେ IT ଅଫିସର୍ସ ବାହାରୁଛି ତ ମିନିମମ୍ ଏଣ୍ଟ୍ରି ହେଉଛି ଅଫିସର ଲେଭେଲ नंबर 1 नंबर 2 होची हमर ए जो हम डिपार्टमेंट रे LIC रे सी डायग्राम माने कोर कंप्यूटर साइंस जो R&D भी होची एप्लीकेशन डेवलपमेंट होची ए सब जगह रे सेठी प्रति वर्ष पाका पाकी 300 प्लस पोस्ट बाची जोटा एबव और ऑफिसर रे बिलो पोस्ट बारछ जोटा नॉन टेक्निकल बेसिकली जोटा MCA बीटेक प्रिपेयर करते ठीक अछि इतना ऊपर भी जो माने साइंटिस्ट लेवल रो साइंटिफिक ऑफिसर लेवल रो ए सब पोस्ट गुडा बाहर नंबर 3 स्टेट गवर्नमेंट रे हमर एबे कोन हिची गोटे NEGP जो नेशनल ई गवर्नेंस प्लान लॉन्च हिची गवर्नमेंट भारत सरकार से लॉन्च करछुनी सेति रे पाखा 26 टा सर्विस को ऑटोमेट करबा के समाने प्लान करछुनी तो से ऑटोमेशन पे तो प्रोफेशनल्स दरकार के देबी हां आपण माने प्रोफेशनल्स हां हमर जो माने रहिले हम सीनियर्स जो माने दे आर वेल एस्टैब्लिश्ड से प्राइवेट सेक्टर और कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर बहुत भलो एस्टैब्लिशमेंट अछंदी आ तांकर भी मैं भाबुची तांकर आइडियाज भी गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में इंप्लीमेंट करले भाबुची गवर्नमेंट रो कि हमरो फंडामेंटल हमरो गवर्नेंस फंडामेंटल जो गवर्नमेंट तो सेठी स्ट्रेंथन हे पारंदा स्टिल आपण माने भी ट्राई करले आपण माने आसो गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर स्ट्रेंथन करे नवा जनरेशन सहित अब थर्ड थिंग होची मानस सर लिखितो दे मु टिके नोट लिखो दउची खाली हां पूरा हां मानस सर को जो सोबेनियर लिखितो put something big in the board for the students in the line behind you sir बहुत जस्टिफाइड कथा कहउछंती आमे सीनियर्स बेसिकली मो सीनियर हिसाब कहउची आमे भी चेष्टा करबे जेंती हमर जूनियर्स माने आमे गाइडेंस देबा प्रॉपर गाइडेंस देबा आमे पूरा अप्रोचेबल गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर सब बड़ा एडवांटेज हम सब फ्री हे ऑनेस्टली मो सागर जो स्मृति सब फ्री हां सेट अछि सब फ्री से बेबी सिम्स डीजे कि सब फ्री मु किछि नै आपण माने एनी टाइम आपण चाहेबो किछि सजेशन किछि हेल्प जहा भी किछि रेफरेंस दरकार इवन आपण अन्य सेक्टर अप्लाई करछन आपण रेफरेंस दरकार त सब जिल्ला प्राय सब जगह के चिना पड़ थाती आ सार मान गाइडेंस भी नै परिबे सार मान बहुत माने हम ना सुनिछु हम जो माने डिपार्टमेंट लोक कहरो तो ए वेरे हम एटलीस्ट भाबुछु आपण हम हेल्प कर परबो जो माने जूनियर्स बेसिकली आ सपोर्ट थैंक यू
Thank you. I have one other question, not for you guys, but all these alumni members, right? Who is
experienced?
One second, I'll come back. Just give me 1 minute, I'll come back. I have a question for all of these alumni members, right? Who is ready to give jobs to people from this university? Yes. Okay, these two people have raised their hands, but the what person?
Hey, photo niyo bhai ude.
Guys, you know these are the two guys you need to approach. Okay. Bhai, मैं निकला.
ମୋ ନାଁ ପ୍ରଦୀପ କୁମାର ସେଠୀ ମୋର 2003 so initially I started my career in Bangalore. So I stayed in Bangalore for 6 years. After that I went to Pune and currently I'm in Bhubaneswar and working as a business analyst. Along with that I joined in a specialization course SAP Supply Chain Management. So I want to introduce that course in our syllabus. So I already I will share all the context to Jalal. So they will discuss with each other. Thank you.
Myself Sujit 2001 batch. Currently I'm working with Cognizant Technology Solutions as a project manager. I'm into automation testing. So any help on the testing side, definitely I'm going to help you. If you are interested in that specific area, definitely yes. QTP, Selenium, SOAP UI Pro. So these are like the skill sets I worked on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, there is one other thing, I see a lot of girls here, there is all alumni. Where is he? I thought I should introduce you. The only one who joined us from the girls that completed that course of English. Thanks for joining.
I'm Sadhna. Passed out in 2003. So after passing out, actually I joined a government job. It was in video office as a computer operator. Then I worked around two years. Then I thought I would go to Bangalore and try for yeah. I went. It was not easy for me because even I was not a driver.
कौन ला सकता शाम सर लग रही खाया तो आज खाऊं सकते हैं कितने बड़ा दो 5 टा बा
Yeah, I learned what is required for the job, for the job industry. So I tried to learn in 6-7 months. I got a job. Then
that should answer your question. No gap. You're just learning.
Actually, I didn't want to come back, so I thought I'll just get a job and I'll see what happens. Yeah. So then after that, yeah, I'm continuing. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Your question.
Nowadays, which is better for industry, .NET or Java? Because my old friends are choosing Java, XMP, and I'm very confident for this course.
Okay, two things, right? I think you went through the presentation. It's not .NET or Java. I think if you know programming, it shouldn't matter whether it is .NET or Java. Okay? The difference between knowing something and not knowing is 5 minutes. It's just one Google search. Okay? It is just one Google search between knowing something and not knowing. I did not know Android programming till last time I came here. Okay, and it's not my job also to do programming anymore. I don't do programming. There are a lot of people who do that for me. I don't do it anymore, right? But I came here last time, Swaroop made a presentation about Android programming. I went back to 3 months to learn it. 3 months. The key is to learn to learn. You have to have the ability to learn. .NET or Java is a matter of
Which are good opening in market?
Both of them. Both .NET and Java. It depends on which domain you are going to work on, which area you are going to work on. Right? Some are a little more than less, but for good students, good people, good engineers, both are good enough. You want to take this question for okay, that's fine. So basically, what I'm telling you is learn both. It should not take more than 3 months anyway. Within 6 months, you learn both.
Yes, sir.
Right? So it's not a big deal, right? But start with the ability to learn. If you know how to do programming, Java is 1 month. Myself, you learn. It took me 2 months to learn. Yeah, just make the concept. So it's not a problem. Okay? So don't worry about Java or .NET. Learn both or learn one of them. Good enough. Okay? It's not a problem.
Thank you, sir.
Here this side.
Yes. Yeah, no, you can ask to do.
Sir, what is the difference or which one is better? The students who are going outside and learning the courses and getting the job, and those students who are learning their own, getting some own resources like online and getting the job.
Okay, I asked this question to many of these, right? Many of these guys who are sitting here, whom I said is a success, right? Don't think any of these guys have gone and learned outside. Most of us, I didn't learn anything outside. I just learned in the university, then on the job. You know, you'll be surprised, and Manas sir knows this, and Jaram sir knows this, and every program team member here knows this. I did my project work in the university, I did not go out. I did not go I'm doing okay. It's good enough. So don't worry about going out or staying in. The key thing is to do. Okay? Learn. Whether you learn inside or outside doesn't matter. That's all I
Sir, you can prepare for with your own preparation, then you should be the prerequisite for what is the question?
No, you should not. Nowadays, there is nothing called preparing on your own. You have internet, you have all these people. You have access to all these people. Reach out to people. There are virtual classrooms these days. Everything is online. There are courses online. There are free YouTube videos. Don't watch Sila Ki Jawani, right? Watch something else. So we'll be fine. use it well. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Sorry.
What is the difference between KG student and non-KG student?
Okay, you know what Sushil taught me and I follow it very strongly. I don't understand the question. Can you clarify the question for me? What do you mean by that?
Whenever a KG student will explain a non-KG student.
You don't understand the question. Clarify the question for me. Do you understand the question? Do you understand the question? You are not listening. You are checking mobile phone? No?
Checking the tiffin box.
Who understands the question? What is asking? So you are asking if I have certain amount of mark throughout your field, right? There is no preference for mark. Nobody has seen my mark sheet even today. Okay? Nobody has seen my mark sheet. I don't know. Anybody has seen your mark sheet? Till from the time you have joined jobs? Anybody has seen the mark sheet? Everybody.